Paseo Colorado celebrates 10 years. Some long-standing mom-and-pop shops are calling it quits. Also find out about one homeowner's battle with the bank to save her home. And CCN Sports makes a comeback. All this next on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood, seconds away.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you.
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Our top story, a Pasadena destination that's celebrating its 10th anniversary. Paseo Colorado has been a top shopping mall in the area, but with growing competition from other malls like the Americana and the Galleria in Glendale, and stores unable to keep up with the challenging economy, it hasn't been easy. CCN's Nikki Ibarra joins us live to tell us about the mall's plans to compete in the next 10 years. Hi Nikki, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. The Paseo Colorado could be facing a multi-million-dollar redevelopment. The deal is still in its early stages, but we spoke with Pasadena Mayor Bill Bogard, who tells us the city welcomes the possible new change because that can mean more tax revenues and jobs. Changes to Paseo Colorado could be coming to Pasadena as word of a multi-million-dollar redevelopment project that could revamp the outdoor mall begins to spread throughout the city. Although discussions between city officials and the owners of Paseo, Ohio-based DDR Corp, are still in its early stages, Mayor Bill Bogard says he looks forward to this possible new investment and how it could affect Pasadena's economy.
On a center like this, how it's doing all depends on the bottom line, the fabled bottom line. And I think during the last few years when the economy has been so weak, the center has not operated at the level that the owners want. So they're prepared to make some new investment and at the same time create some jobs and create some revenues that otherwise wouldn't occur, tax revenues for the city.
Our sales tax has been relatively flat through the past couple of years, and so it'd be nice to see an increase on those revenues.
Jobs and revenue, welcome news to many here, especially La Cordon Bleu student Marcy, who hopes to get a job at a restaurant in the Paseo.
I would love to get a job, here around. And, more employment, it's nice always. And, more people, more tourists, because they're going to like the new changes and stuff.
The news comes on the 10-year anniversary of the $220 million mall. And many who frequent Paseo, which covers 3 blocks on Colorado Boulevard, say they would welcome an upgrade.
It seems to be losing a lot of businesses. I think a lot of the shops have been closing. I would say further west on Colorado has more desirable shops. And here, not that they're bad, but I just think that they could probably bring in a few more more restaurants. Maybe that seems to be a draw for the lunch crowd.
Paying for this private sector project will fall squarely on the developer. Mayor Bogard says the city was able to provide $26 million for the development 10 years ago, but says that won't be the case this time around.
Our revenues are falling below our projections. The fact that the developer is considering the investment, and let's hope makes an investment, reflects their confidence in Pasadena as a strong regional center.
Now we reached out to Paseo Colorado General Manager Michael DeLeon, who tells us he cannot comment on the subject, but referred me to DDR Corp, the company that owns and operates the Paseo. DDR Corp did not respond to several requests for comment.
Well, thanks for that report, Nikki, and we'll be interested to find out what's in store for Paseo, so you'll keep us posted on that.
Definitely.
Okay, well, thanks for that. Now here's a snapshot of some other stories this past week right here in the San Gabriel Valley. Governor Jerry Brown signed a bill today that makes it illegal to openly carry a handgun in public. The bill is Democratic Assemblymember Anthony Portantino's landmark legislation that outlaws carrying unloaded handguns holstered on the hips. AB 144 makes it a crime to carry an unloaded gun on the street, in a car, or in a public place. Violators will be charged with a misdemeanor punishable for up to 1 year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Assemblyman Portantino says open carry wastes law enforcement time and resources when they could be out catching criminals or solving crimes. California is the 5th state to prohibit carrying handguns in public, and the ban is set to go into effect January 1st, 2012. Portantino also made other headlines this past week. Assembly Speaker John Perez canceled furloughs for the Assembly member staff on Tuesday. The ongoing feud started in July when Perez reportedly accused Portantino of overspending his budget. Perez cut Portantino's budget and threatened to put his staff on unpaid leave at the beginning of the month. Perez decided to lift the furloughs after 2 staff members left their jobs and 2 others asked for a leave of absence. Portantino believed that the feud happened when he failed to vote in favor of the state's budget proposed by the Assembly's Democratic leadership. Portantino insists that he rejected the budget due to cuts on higher education and local redevelopment agencies. Since the disagreement, he has pushed for all Assembly leadership to disclose financial records. An 87-year-old East Pasadena man will be spending 26 years behind bars for the murder of his wife. James Chi-Ming Liu was sentenced Friday for murdering his 55-year-old wife, Michelle Liu, with an axe in July of 2009. Liu was tried twice for the murder for his wife and also for the attempted murder of his 32-year-old son, Ji-Ma Zhang. Deputy District Attorney Amy Murphy says Liu repeatedly struck his wife of 9 years in the head with an axe as she lay in bed. Liu then tried to use the axe on his son, but he managed to escape. Liu says he killed his wife because she spent too much money and too much time away from the home working. Sehnita Park officials announced layoffs this past Wednesday in order to restructure departments in the company. Sehnita will merge the sales, marketing, and public relations department and reform other departments also. The layoff comes at a time when major changes in the industry are taking place and the economy worsens. Some management will be changed and more than 100 full-time and seasonal employees will be affected. While shoppers from across the country come to Pasadena to visit our unique mom-and-pop shops, we'll see how these stores are faring in this economy. We'll also see how fair our skies will be when we check in with CCN meteorologist Curtis Peak when we come back. You're watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
Do you have unpaid traffic tickets? Has your license been suspended for months or even years? One visit to Ticket Relief can reinstate your license, often in less than 30 minutes. We'll also roll back the penalties and late fees on your traffic tickets and get you more time to pay the original fee. It's no wonder newspapers are calling Ticket Relief a sigh of relief for motorists. Get your license back today. Call us at 213-272-2826 or visit us online at californiaticketrelief.org. If your child is getting behind in school and needs help organizing, reading, writing, or studying, Klein's Classes can help. Audrey Klein has been teaching for more than 20 years. Her book, Skills for Student Success, can teach your child essential learning tools. Klein's Classes are affordable and conveniently available online. You can view the lessons and educational films anytime.
I've seen children jump 2 reading levels in 1 year. I've proven it over and over again.
Don't let another semester pass without getting your child some help. Visit kleinsclasses.com and get started today.
Restaurants are experiencing price jumps similar to those consumers are seeing in the grocery stores. Dozens of established businesses in the Pasadena and Altadena are no longer able to make ends meet. So how do mom and pops compete with the big names? And what does the future hold for the Pasadena restaurant landscape? CCN's Luna Petty is here with more on that story. Luna, what do you have for us?
Well, Sehnita, part of what makes Pasadena different from other cities is its collection of unique bars, eateries, and boutiques. In recent years, we've seen some of these community icons close their doors. Crown City Brewery closed in 2008 after 20 years. Twin Palms Restaurant fell victim in 2009 after a 15-year run. And most recently, the White Hut, a local sandwich eatery, shut its doors after a 34-year history. Empty storefronts are becoming a common sight around town. It seems like going out of business signs are popping up on almost every block. In September, the White Hut also shut its doors. The owners invited friends, family, and customers to a private party to celebrate their retirement.
I was very surprised this many showed up, but I'm grateful and I'm very thankful for their business all these years.
But they're good people, and it's a fun place, and we sorry to have to see it leave. This is their second relocation. They got relocated here, and now they're getting relocated this place. So,
unlike other recent closures, lack of business was not a factor in the closing of the White Hut, but the owners say they can sympathize with those struggling in this down economy. But for the Chings, it was simply time to retire.
Oh, this is it, retirement.
I'll miss the people most of all. The work, not so much. Getting up early, not so much. But other than that, it's time, I think.
Other single-chain businesses in Pasadena say that they are here to stay. Pete Palermo's law firm has been in Pasadena since 1891. He and others say staying in business is all about how you treat your customers.
A person has to work hard, has to know what they're doing, has to really go out and be personable and take care of your clients. Make sure you take care of the clients. Answer the phone within 24 hours of receiving a call from a client, if not the same day. I know that's been my practice over the years, and I think that you would be successful if you did that.
City of Pasadena Economic Development Manager Eric Dysart says Zinc Shoe Repair, neighbor to the White Hut, approached the city for their relocation questions, but they were not approached by the White Hut. Mr. Dysart also said that the city is not in a position to support businesses based on financial need, and that the city is working on an economic development strategic plan to focus on the economic development of Pasadena, which is expected to go in front of the council later this month. Sehnita?
Thanks for that, Luna. And Gina Cheng, co-owner of the White Hut, also said that they don't have much advice for businesses in this economy because the world is different than when they were starting out. Well, warm days and cool nights, a perfect mix of weather here in Southern California. Let's check in with CCN meteorologist Curtis Peak to see what we have in store for the week. Curtis?
Well, you know what? What a difference a week makes. Last week this time we were standing here talking about rain and cooler temperatures below normal temperatures. This week, San Gabriel Valley, I'm talking about heat. That heat is back. Summer is rearing its head one more time. As we take a look at our surface map, this is what we're going to see tomorrow morning. Here in Los Angeles, we're going to see this ridge of high pressure that has already built overnight. We're going to have clear skies. As you see, the marine layer has dissipated and moved back, so we are going to see this ridge begin to build. We are going to see temperatures creep up every day. By Thursday, we're going to see temperatures 18 to 20 degrees above normal. What a difference a week makes. All right, let's take a look at our headlines right here. Our almanac is saying 82 degrees. We are where we should be right now. As I said, this high pressure is going to build. We are going to see a taste of summer. By Thursday, we are going to see temperatures in the San Gabriel Valley, 98 degrees. Over in the San Fernando Valley, Woodland Hills, I think they're going to see temperatures 100, 101 degrees. But the good news is the weekend, things will be back to normal. As we take a look right now, what's going outside, temperatures are 79 degrees. Our winds are out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Our sunrise tomorrow morning is going to be at 6:55. Our sunset tomorrow afternoon at 6:26. Humidity right now outside is holding at 30%. Take a look at the lows overnight. Things are going to be quite pleasant. El Monte is going to come in at 60 degrees. Monterey Park, 61. Over in the foothills, 56 for Monrovia. Glendale, 60 degrees. As we take a look at our highs for tomorrow, Pasadena, 89 degrees. Temperatures are beginning to build. 6 degrees from today till tomorrow. By Thursday, like I said, 18 to 20 degrees hotter. As we take a look at our 7-day forecast right now, 89 we're going to see in Pasadena for tomorrow. Look at it, rich high pressure beginning to build. 96, Thursday 98. There we are. We're back in summer once again. And as we see Thursday, that rich high pressure is in full effect, but then it's going to weaken. It's going to begin to flatten down. By Friday, 89 degrees. Beautiful weekend, 83 degrees, 81 on Sunday. Monday, 83 degrees. But as we take a look overnight, we're going to see 60s for the next few nights. And by the weekends, we're going to be back in our 50s. Then we're back to normal once again. But hold in there. We're going to have a few days of heat.
Well, you can't beat that, you know. It's nice to be able to enjoy the Southern California heat.
I love it.
Absolutely. Thanks for that,
Thank
Curtis.
you.
Well, you've heard about the young woman who took on the banks to fight her foreclosures. Fannie Mae finally agreed to meet with her. We'll learn how she became empowered to take on the big dogs. That's next on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Unleash your inner shark. Sharky Zartman's book, Shark Sense, reveals the 14 life-changing steps you can take today to start reaching your goals. Through her witty yet no-nonsense approach, Sharky Zartman unlocks the lessons we can all learn from sharks.
I use the shark as a symbol for your inner source of strength and power, the part of you that doesn't know the meaning of the word can't.
Stop settling for less and start living with confidence and purpose. Order Shark Sense today at sharksense.org and get in touch with your inner shark.
Hi, I'm Lori Webster. I'm the owner of Webster's Fine Stationers.
Hi, I'm Scott Webster.
You need to come and check us out because we've got great gifts for everybody in the family.
We have Fine Stationers by Cranes and Company.
We have some beautiful greeting cards, things that are unique.
A myriad of other things, so please come by.
And our phone number is area code 626-797-1135. And we're located at 2450 North Lake Avenue, Suite B in Altadena. Our motto is,
let's do something good today.
Some are calling her the Rosa Parks of the current Occupy Wall Street movement fighting for economic justice. But La Puente resident Rose Gudial has been battling Pasadena-based One West Bank, who is servicing her loan through Fannie Mae for the last 2 years. The Alliance for Californians for Community Empowerment helped Gudial organize her protests at the bank and at the home of Bel Air, the bank's president. She finally got Fannie Mae to agree to meet and discuss her loan modification. Peggy Mears of ACE joins us today to talk about Gudial's family fight to save their family home. Thanks for being here, Peggy.
Thank you for having me.
So how did the family fall behind on their mortgage payments?
Well, basically what happened was one of her brothers was killed, and he contributed to the monthly payment. They went through the serious motion of getting him buried, and after they took care of that, she went to the bank 2 weeks late on her payment. She went inside the bank, and they told her that they couldn't accept her payments anymore, that she would have to call corporate and apply for a loan modification.
Okay. And, you know, for some people, they say that, well, you know, it's a contract. She knows the contract, so if, you know, she's unable to meet the contract, then she needs to relinquish her home. What do you say to those people?
Well, first of all, she was honoring her contract. She was 2 weeks late. I don't consider that not honoring the contract, and it was for a very good reason. There was a death in the family. So for people who would say that, then I would tell them that, you know, in this economic climate right now, we're lucky when we can meet our bills, and that's across the board. So we're all just one recession away from being foreclosed upon. So I would think very seriously before I make statements like that in this economy.
Okay. Now, you know, she was trying to do a loan modification. Can you tell us a little bit about the loan modification process? What does it entail?
Well, with the loan modification process, you're caught behind the 8 ball from the very beginning, because when you call a bank and you know that you're going to have problems meeting your monthly payment, and when they gave the banks the TARP money, it was with the understanding that some of that money would be used to help homeowners that are underwater or having trouble paying their monthly house notes. Well, what happens is you call the bank and you tell them, look, I lost my job or I lost my hours. I'm not going to be able to continue to make my house payment. Is there any way we can work out a loan modification? They will tell you, until you're 2 to 3 months past due, don't call us. There's nothing we can do for you. So once you're 2 to 3 months past due, you're already in the foreclosure field. So you're caught behind the 8 ball from the very beginning.
So they're almost, in some ways, they're making your situation worse for you.
Yes.
And then they will work with you, and then it might be too out of hand.
Well, they make it worse for you, and they'll say that they're going to work with you. Mm-hmm. But there's been very few modifications done based on the number of people who need and can afford a modification.
Okay. Now, from what I understand, is Rose able to pay her monthly mortgage? Was she able to pay it, and it was just the 2 weeks?
She was able to pay it in spite of the fact that she's a state employee, and for years she was on furlough, so it affected 20% of her income. However, she was still able to make her payments each month. She just wanted a little relief after her brother was killed, and she couldn't get. It was a 2-year odyssey from that point on with One West and Fannie Mae, constantly sending them the same paperwork over and over again. You call the bank, you speak to a different person over and over again, and every person has a different story.
We've gone through that customer service wrangle. Now, why do you think Rosa's story has gotten so much attention? Obviously, recently they've been the Occupy Wall Street protests. Why has her story caught fire now when she's been doing this for 2 years?
She's the face of what the average homeowner is going through and has gone through. Sometimes God picks people for whatever reason. She's the person that he chose to be the face of foreclosures. Okay. And the fact that there's income in her family, at least 3 to 4 incomes, where they're more than capable of making a payment each month. Okay. They just need somebody to make a realistic modification.
And now, has she met with Fannie Mae?
Yes, she has met with Fannie Mae. They're still in the process of trying to negotiate.
Okay, so that still wasn't a smooth process. They weren't able to sit down minute one and come to an agreement right there.
No, they weren't.
Okay, so that's still ongoing. How can other homeowners who are struggling, having similar situations as the Goodiells, where can they get more help?
Well, ACE, the Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment, we're an activist organization. We're not a service organization, but a lot of our members that have joined ACE, we give them the tools to fight for their homes as far as taking the action directly to the banks. So those are some of the ways that you can fight the banks.
So we have your website, www.ace.org, or is it homedefendersleague.org?
Okay. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Peggy, and sharing the Goodiell story.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, the world mourned the loss of Steve Jobs this past week. The CCN Tech Bite, which Grant D honors the man that revolutionized an industry and became a part of our everyday lives. And CCN Sports makes a comeback. You're watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
Live, work, play, and shop in the North Lake Village. See for yourself when you visit our village.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. Pasadena Enterprise Zone. Open for business.
This past week, many first learned about the death of Steve Jobs on their iPhones, iPods, and iPads. His products changed the way we interact with information, our music, books, and each other. That's why his untimely death at the age of 56 to pancreatic cancer has made an even greater impact on all of us here in the U.S. and around the world. CCN's Grant Derderian is here to tell us about the impact Steve Jobs' death will have on the tech world. Grant?
Yeah, you said it just right, Sehnita. And so many people around the world found out about the death of tech icon and Apple founder Steve Jobs on the devices he invented, including the iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even other devices and computers like the iMac. Now, after Jobs' death, Apple completely cleared their homepage except for a picture of Steve Jobs and wrote the quote, "Apple has lost a visionary and creative genius, and the world has lost an amazing human being." Amazon and Google, among other tech giants, also placed memorials to Jobs on their homepages with links back to Apple's memorial page on Jobs. Spontaneous memorials with flowers and well wishes for Jobs' family popped up at Apple stores all over the world, including right here at the Apple Store in Pasadena. Memorials also popped up at Apple headquarters in Cupertino, in California up north, as well as the Palo Alto house of Jobs. We also spoke with fans at the local Apple Store to talk about the legacy that Jobs left behind.
Well, I think it's really sad that, such an innovative person, passed, and just hope his family's okay,
I don't know, it's kind of shocking, and even though he had cancer, it's kind of still sudden.
It's a pretty big deal. This guy did so much for the whole world, and then he just died out of nowhere. I don't know, it was kind of random, even though he had cancer and everything.
Yeah, it's just sad because it's such a big thing that he invented and stuff.
Now, other icons from all over the tech industry are responding to Jobs' death. Microsoft founder Bill Gates said in a statement that the world rarely sees someone who had the profound impact Steve has had and the effects which will be felt for many generations to come. For those of us lucky enough to get to work with him, it's been an insanely great honor. I will miss Steve immensely. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg also reacted by saying, "Steve, thank you for being a mentor and a friend. Thanks for showing that what you build can change the world. I will miss you." Now, Steve Jobs had been suffering from pancreatic cancer since 2004, and in that same year, he underwent surgery, although later in 2007, Jobs took a leave of absence from Apple and then resigned this August, saying that he could no longer meet his duties and expectations as Apple's CEO. Jobs is survived by his wife of 20 years, Lorene, and their 3 children, as well as one from another relationship, and people in the tech industry will certainly remember Jobs as an icon in the tech industry. That's what's making news in the world of tech this week. Sehnita, back to you.
Well, thanks for that, Grant, and he will be missed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the newest reporter joining our CCN family will bring you all the sports stories in the San Gabriel Valley. Jaira Romero is live with us to report on the game from Friday night. It's been a while since we've been able to bring you sports stories, so we're excited that we're able to continue growing and bringing you more of the stories and information you care about locally. Jaira takes us to South Pasadena to recapture Maranatha's final league match against South Pasadena High last Friday. Glad to have you here, Jaira.
Thanks, Sehnita. The South Pasadena Tigers hosted the undefeated Maranatha Minutemen Friday night, both teams who represent and compete in the Mid-Valley Division. Let's just say there's always an exciting sports story to tell, so here's how the night unfolded. Tigers set the tone with the first touchdown at the start of the quarter, and wasn't long before Minutemen fired back and landed 7 points on the scoreboard. With solid offense on both ends, Maranatha and South Pass were tied at the half, 14-14, with a minute left to play. Will Tigers upset Maranatha and scratch their highly guarded record? Tiger trouble at the third as Maranatha's defense made it difficult to get near the end zone. Minutemen marched forward and scored another 7 points for a 21-14 lead. Ultimately, Maranatha sealed the deal at the fourth. They added a 6th win and remained favored as the #1 team in the Mid-Valley Division. Cheers to an impeccable 6-0 record. Final score, Maranatha 35, South Pasadena 14. Let's take a look at some other scores across the San Gabriel Valley. Crescenta Valley against Muir, 27-20. Pasadena versus Glendale, 47-46. St. Bernard versus LaSalle, 49-17. Pasadena Poly, Sage Hill, 28-0. Come on, Sage. Put some points on the scoreboard. That's it, Sehnita.
All right, well, thanks for that, Jaira. We're going to look forward to having more sports reports from you. That's it for this newscast. Thanks to Peggy Mears from ACE for joining us in studio. Thanks also to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and the Pasadena Enterprise Center with office building available space. Thanks also to the CCN crew. The show would not be possible without you. But finally, we thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Have a great week.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you.
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.